evolution of the electric guitar paved the way for a new generation of rock stars, for whom chords and riffs will come to define the great rock anthems.
Come on, man.
35 years after its 1972 release, Smoke on the Water by the influential British rockers Deep Purple remains pure rock and roll. And at its core is that unforgettable guitar riff that was composed by the original band member Ritchie Blackmore.
A lot of people play it this way. Which is not correct. It's played in fourths, rigid fourths, which is going back to the medieval times. That's how they played a lot of shorn parts, was parallel fourths. So now you have
These days, Ritchie Blackmore shares the stage with his singer and longtime partner Candice Night. Together, they're called Blackmore's Night, and they play a sort of folk rock and roll with a strong medieval Renaissance twist. It's a far cry from Ritchie's heavy metal days of old.
I wanted to get more into something a little bit more, not cerebral, but something a little bit more from the heart. When I would be playing to, for instance, we did a festival in Los Angeles as Deep Purple. We played to 275,000 people. You could do anything, and it didn't really matter because everybody was so drunk, and there was just so many people that it has nothing to do with music anymore. It was fantastic for the ego, and I love all that. But there again, I was slightly envious of people that when I would go to a restaurant, I would see a guitar player or someone that could actually sit in the corner and play to 20 or 30 people, and I couldn't do that.
Blackmore's Night are a regular fixture at Renaissance festivals and historical venues around the world. They've celebrated their 10th anniversary with a tour of German castles. After so many hard years under the umbrella of one of rock and roll's biggest bands, Ritchie Blackmore is finally making music on his own terms. And if that guitar riff will haunt him forever, well, at least today, he's enjoying a new intimacy with his audience.
Let us turn to the riff. First of all, where does that word riff come from?
I used to think it was called rift. You know, when people had a problem within the band, they called it the rift. You know? But apparently it means something that's played, you keep coming back to. It's a riff. For years, I would play jazz on the guitar, and very intricate stuff, very fast stuff. And then I started listening to the Kinks, the Who, and people that were very simple. And I thought, this is getting across to the people. I want to be involved in this. So I listened to Ludwig, band Beethoven, bum 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 bum, bum 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 bum. And I thought, play that backwards, put something to it, and you've got bum 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 bum. That's how I came up with it.
Hang on. Are you telling me
Yes.
that the famous riff of Smoke on the Water is from Beethoven?
It's an interpretation of inversion. If you turn it back and play it back and forth, it's actually Beethoven's Fifth. So I owe him a lot of money.
Do you ever get sick and tired of playing it?
Absolutely not. It's a great riff. It's a riff that we should all have in our heads. I go to sleep with it at night thinking, oh, I am so happy I wrote bum, bum, bum.
Ritchie Blackmore is 62 and is guaranteed a place in rock and roll heaven with the gods of guitar. But even this leader amongst many has failed to teach me his famous riff. Some things are beyond even the top powers.
This one goes back to the...
Hang on, I haven't gone for it yet.
Okay, all right.
There are very few people as talented as Ritchie Blackmore who can take the magic of this instrument and make it truly sing like a bird. Fortunately for the rest of us, there is a way that we can enjoy the spirit, if not exactly the music.